throughout Australia. This is 3AW's live coverage of the 2018 AFL Premiership season.
And welcome back to Etihad Stadium. The Bombers and the Crows and the umpires are all back out in the middle of a Etihad Stadium tonight, which has the roof open because temperature's still hovering around the mid-20s, and it is 9:15 local time. Here, the Friday night of the first round of the Toyota AFL Premiership season. Last night it was the Tigers coming from behind to beat Carlton by 26 points in front of more than 90,000 fans. At half-time here tonight, Essendon 5-8-38 to Adelaide 4-9-33. Big doubleheader tomorrow, the afternoon game back here at Etihad Stadium. The Red, White and Black Magic Show gets underway against the Brisbane Lions, and then Hawthorn and Collingwood at the cricket ground tomorrow night. What a game that promises to be. The debut of Sunday Sport on Sunday from the MCG. Mark Robinson with Daniel Harford and Jimmy Bartell between midday and 2, followed by the blockbuster between the Demons and the Cats, with Tim and Tone, Richo and Linger and Mick Warner, the team for that big game. Bruce Eva sitting alongside Dwayne Russell, Tony Shaw and Matthew Lloyd, and I believe we've got some audio courtesy of Channel 7 of Essendon football manager Dan Richardson speaking about that bump early in the game from Richard Douglas, or in the first half, which took Zach Merritt out of the game. Let's have a listen to Dan Richardson.
Look, he thought he was okay, but the docs just made a call, and obviously you don't take any risks with concussion.
And then they have a look at the laptop on the bench?
They have a look at the laptop and look at the vision and also do a concussion test. So, so he came in and did that, and therefore they ruled him out after that.
The fact that he had one in the pre-season obviously weighs into the decision?
No, not really. I think in the pre-season it was more blurred vision. He didn't have a concussion, so really just that one-off incident. But, again, don't take any risks.
Just wonder whether it helps Richard Douglas at all that maybe the doctor's report won't be too bad, that Merritt thought he was fine, the doctors didn't, or that's every player maybe, Dwayne, thinks they're good. Who knows?
Well, did he pass the test? That's the one thing. We just got to know whether he passed. And it sounds like he didn't pass the test, or have they made a decision without the test being passed?
It sounds like they could have made a decision based on the fact that there's been 2 concussions already this summer, so they're not taking a chance.
Yeah.
But
what do you have a concussion test for?
Well, I suppose you have to have the test anyway, but I like your thinking, Lloydie, in that they have to take into account the fact that Merritt thought he was fine. If that has to be in the doctor's report, surely.
Yeah, and just on our pre-game tomorrow too, Beaver, Luke Hodge will be chatting to us from the rooms before his first game for the Brisbane Lions.
Third term about to get underway here, 5-8-38, 4-9-33 from the ball up. Belt Chambers and Jacobs knocked down towards Crouch. Got it up to Eddie Betts, quick into the square. Bangs it forward, high kick, and Brown.
Well done.
And getting there late was Fogarty, and he's been slung, Fogarty. Brown's getting up really slowly, and there's a wrestle on. Now, umpire said it's 50 against Fogarty. How did you see that, guys?
Oh, he just tried to get out of the way, I think, but he made contact. No, it's the back of the shoulder again.
A little bit crude, I would have thought, from the young guy late. Turning his hip into Mitch Brown, but it's good to see he's okay.
Worth the 50. Now, turnover in the middle, so they've stuffed it up, the Bombers, and Eddie Betts has got it, and they're going to have to let Fogarty go because play's coming forward, and he'll get a free kick after they were wrestling him for the last 35 seconds. 38 plays 33. Here's the Beaver on 3AW football.
McGovern loads up from centre wing on the City side. A huge packed flight, and Fogarty was the highest flyer. Jenkins does the crumbing. Gets a handball to Sloan. Was he caught high? Goes to ground. Handballs back to Jenkins. To Gibbs. Off a step. The snap is a ripper.
And Sloan's still down.
Sloan still down. Gibbs with his first goal in Adelaide colours, and it's a pancake parlour goal of the night.
Lovely.
And it gives the Crows the lead, 5-9-39 to Essendon 5-8-38. That's on the Robot Building Supplies scoreboard. Sloan is now back on his feet, but still sucking in the big ones. And we've played just 90 seconds of the third term.
The big boys have come to play. We spoke about the last 5 minutes or 10 minutes of that second quarter. It was the Adelaide Stars in sort of Richie Douglas and Matty Crouch and Bryce Gibbs. I think he's coming into vote territory with the way he's playing at the moment, because he's now up to 19 disposals, kicked the goal, and this is where the loss of Merritt is really going to come into it. Stringer's back in the middle. They've had to sort of mix and match now in that midfield for the Bombers.
Yeah, the Rain and Horn player of the game when it comes to all facets of real estate. Think Rain and Horn, and I tell you what, the intensity's lifted and players are getting hurt left, right and centre. Ray Chamberlain has just been told by the umpire outside it was a sling tackle.
Yeah, I think a dangerous tackle. So
your exclamation at the point of contact, Shorey, suggested you thought the same.
Yeah, no, I think, yeah, but he sort of pulled up on, oh, look, we just got so many different decisions.
Stringer weaves some magic, bangs a long bomb and kicks a brilliant out on the full. 39 plays 38. Adelaide Crows lead 3 minutes. We're just watching the sling tackle again. And
he landed, he didn't land on his head, so I don't even think it was a dangerous tackle in the air.
No, it wasn't. But they're jumping as shadows.
They are at the moment.
Yeah. Crows transfer play and then turn it over. McGrath with a clever tap back into Stewart. Kicks on his left foot almost to full forward. Bombers try and keep it alive through Parrish. Luke Brown picks it up. Clears the area with a 50-metre drop punt out to centre wing on the City side. McKenna and Sloan go at it. Mitch Brown there to lend a hand. Crows again keep it alive. Socket forward by Jacobs, but only as far as Sard. Loops a 15-metre handball to McGrath, who had to wait for it, and there was well tackled by Atkins. Umpire said he attempted to get rid of it. Picked up by Begley. Low left foot ball inside forward 50, and Hooker takes the tumbling diving mark close to the turf, almost directly in front and only 30 metres out.
Good play in front there. Eddie Betts complaining about that bit of play with McGrath. I thought he had plenty of time to get rid of it, but ball bobbled out and it worked back to Hooker. Big kick for the Essendon Footy Club. They've missed 6 in a row.
As you say, Lloydie, now the hard part. Hooker stabs at a drop punt and he was celebrating before it flew straight through the middle. He is pumped and the Bombers are back in front. 6-8-44. Adelaide 5-9-39. Robot Building Supplies scoreboard. Robot's got it for all your building supplies, Shorey. We've played 4 minutes of the third.
Gee, it's been an interesting game that we've had so many scenarios that we're not sure about. The umpires have been right on the edge, and on that occasion it wasn't holding the ball in the middle. I think it was knocked out in a tackle, and that's the way the umpire saw it. But Hooker in front, as Lloydie said, he doesn't convert that well, but he does play in front. He's got a strong body.
So back in the middle. Good crowd in, roof open here at Etihad, 25 odd degrees. Beautiful night for football, and 45,000 plus in the house for the opening game of the year for these two teams as Gibbs paddles at McKenna coming the other way, gave it up to Heppel, he flicked it back again, went the wrong way. McGovern mops up that little mess, chisels a kick inside 50. Here's Fogarty, overran it, ball forced to Gibbs, ran in from the centre square and rams it home. Gibbs has got a couple. So the instant reply for Adelaide, 6-9-45, 6-8-44. Crows back in front, 1.5 minutes gone third.
So he's a class act, isn't he? Like a lot of people might think, oh, did he kick this so quick? He had a bit more time. He knew exactly where the goals were. Well, they don't move. They're in concrete down the end of the ground, Dwayne. But he knew exactly. A bloke like him who's played a lot of football, the awareness, and that's why he's been such a good player.
Yeah, centre clearances, let's keep watching them through this because they're becoming important. The game's opened up and, as I said, it's Stringer 1 minute, now it's Kyle Langford. So a lot of inexperience now in that centre bounce without Zach Merritt out there.
Played every game for the Blues last year, Bryce Gibbs, but kicked just the 17 goals. So to get 2 from him tonight and maybe more to come, it's been a good return early. The Crows should get the clearance again here. Crouch going to ground, got a little handball out to Duday, to Sloan by hand, to Laird. Handball over the top to Seedsman, loops a long one to Sloan. What a star he is. He gets around one, kicks towards full forward, and that is a brilliant mark taken by Mitch Brown. Contested grab with Jenkins all over the back of him, and it'll relieve the pressure from the Bombers. About 30 out from the Adelaide goal. He heads to the City side, Dwayne.
And the big men fly. No one can mark it. Ball hits the deck. Heppel gets it off hands. Gave it to Devon Smith. It's on the run, and that number 5. Stanton's 5. Hurd's 5. He goes long towards Hooker, who's up late. Can't take the mark. Forced to fist it from behind. Knocked out towards Green. Smothered by Adelaide's Brown. Ball comes to Duday. He gave it up to Jacobs. He gave it to Crouch. He gave it to Douglas. And the villain through centre half back. Looks up. Not a lot to go to. Hands it to McKay. Great speed off half back. Floats it long. Jenkins, Brown. Jenkins, Brown. Neither can mark it. Ball knocked down to McGovern. 40 out. Spins. Left. Kicks. Goals! Huge goal for Adelaide. Coast to coast, did it brilliantly. 7-9-51, play 6-8-44, and I think that's Adelaide's biggest lead of the game.
Just so good. Great call there, Dwayne, to see the game open up a little bit. It was a pretty scrappy first half, a lot of turnovers, a lot of congestion, but it has really opened up in this second half. And This is where the cream has risen for the Adelaide Crows. Bryce Gibbs, we saw there Rory Sloane involved, and Mitch McGovern on his left foot, non-preferred. That was a class finish.
So back in the centre with the Crows having kicked 3 straight to a goal in the first 7 minutes of the third quarter. And now more than a goal in front. Jacobs leans over the top of Bellchambers and wins the tap. Greenwood soccers it off the ground. Lacks a fortune. Hampton playing in front. The mark was paid. It went about 12 metres. He turns around and bangs it long to full forward. Hartley didn't take the mark. Sloan with the effective spoil. Fogarty tries to keep it alive and it runs out of bounds in the right forward pocket. But Adelaide doing all the attacking, really applying the pressure now to the Bombers. 7-9 to 6-8. It's on the Robot Building Supplies scoreboard, and we're only 8 minutes into the third term.
Back into play. It's a little quiet, the Essendon crowd right now. Jacobs knocks it down. Zaharakis, last line of defence, kicks it away, but it'll be coming back, and McGovern to get his skates on. McDonald tipping what he did brilliantly. Knocked it away from him, got it close to the boundary. Out of bounds was a win, and they couldn't get it there. Hurley overran it. It stays in. Kelly gives a handball up. Good attack from McGrath. He got it out. That's exactly what Essendon needed to do, just regather and get a ball in at half back flank. No Zach Merritt for the game. Richard Douglas the bump. It didn't look as if it hit him in the head, but the replays tomorrow for Michael Christian will be very, very interesting. Ellis Yeoman, good tackle, rolled the ball in the tackle, and we'll get another ball up still on the wing. Nat Edwards downstairs. Nat, you'd be happy to know 4 minutes left. NBL, Melbourne 96. Adelaide 85, 11-point lead.
Excellent, thanks for that, Dwayne.
I think Nat's a Melbourne United member, in fact.
She is.
Card-carrying member. From the restart, McKay emerges with it. Ball to boot quickly, and the mark taken by McGovern. Spins around, left boot, kicks it inside forward 50. Jenkins low to the ground, almost completed the mark. Hurley scooped it up in the one action, got a handball. Sloane kept it alive. Oh, is that socket through?
Did it bounce off the...
It might have been socket through by Murphy, so for the second time I think we're going to go to the video.
I couldn't be robbed again, could he?
Young Murphy.
I believe it's a goal. I'd just like to check the defender's hand wasn't on the ball when it was kicked.
So once again, the soft call
Score
for the
review.
goal umpire is a goal.
Umpire's call is a goal. Please confirm the ball was not touched.
So Lockie Murphy, the teenager, for the second time tonight.
I reckon it happens again, doesn't it? He gets overturned again.
What's the stat there for the first gamer with 2 first goals overall in the one game?
I
Hartley's
think
right hand is on it, sure, isn't it?
maybe. If you overturn the last one, you've got to overturn that. But I've been wrong for 4 years.
He's kicked Hartley's hand, and the ball's come out of it.
Well, that toe is on the ball, though, right at the end.
Is it, or is there fingers between his toes and the Sharon? Is Hartley's hand in between the boot and the Sharon?
They're all watching the Yarra Valley and Croydon Toyota replay, Dwayne. Melbourne's longest serving and most trusted Toyota dealer.
Umpire's
call. This is going to be a goal. He does get his goal.
Oh, I can't believe it. I cannot believe
it. Won't be the first time you say that. It won't be the last time you say that this season.
I can't get 4 years. I just want to get one.
Crows now out to a 13-point break. It's been 4 goals to 1 in the third term. 8-9-57 to 6-8-44. 11 minutes into the third quarter.
Yeah, just looking at the stat sheet, Shorey and I, and they just cannot get their hands on the footy, Essendon. It's 36 disposals to 14. Handball receives the run of Adelaide 17 to 4, and they've kicked 4 goals in the space of 11 minutes of footy. So it's been all Adelaide, and it's starting through this midfield group. And Tippin Woody, he's got a lift. He's had 3 disposals for the night.
He's
They've
in the
now
centre.
moved him in the middle.
He's in the centre.
Wow, 3 for the night. Bellchambers knocks it down. Greenwood gets the clearance. So again, Adelaide get the clearance, but it'll be coming back. Saad takes the mark. Gave it up just in time to Parrish. She goes wide. Sprayed his kick too far for Danaher. And the mark taken by Brown of the Adelaide Crow variety. Half back flank. And they look steady all of a sudden, Adelaide. 8-9. Plays 6-8. 11.5 gone. Third term. Long towards Fogarty is up on the wing. Can't take the mark. Greenwood crumbs it. Just caught his boot with the kick attempt. D gets it back to Parrish. Gave it to Saad. Oh, he was the man caught between the left doors, but he bounced between them and got a handball away just in time to Heppel. He gave it wide towards Brown. In fact, it's Brown. He goes long for the Bombers to Hurley. Hooker takes the mark, in fact, inside 50. So Hooker will have a crack from 40.
Well, he's just been too strong in the air on a number of occasions. I think it's Kyle Hartigan just took him back, and I don't know. Sooner or later, I think if they get behind on the scoreboard, they're going to release Sassard a little bit more. I would think it might be the time you say, okay, Hook has kicked another one.
He has, and that looked a little robotic, but better. I'll tell you what, when he's running in the seagulls scatter, 8-9-57 to 6-8-40. In fact, 7-8-50. 8-9-57 to 7-8-50. 7-point game. 13 gone, third term, and Melbourne 100, Adelaide 92. 2 minutes left in that game at 3 of the grand final here in Melbourne. So Melbourne United looking pretty damn good, although Moore is at the line for some free throws for Adelaide.
Yeah, dangerous this is. What they're doing here, Adelaide again, is loading up their defence, which has allowed Saad to be the loose player, and that's where he generated that run and that drive to Cale Hooker with that inside 50. And
Usman Khawaja has just been dismissed in South Africa. Court Rabada bowled Morkel for 5, Australia 2 for 61 from the restart. Goddard's got it. Spears a handball through traffic to Zaharakis. Low searching ball inside forward 50. And that's a pretty good mark under pressure taken by Hartigan, who twisted his ankle as he completed the grab. Got a handball off to Brown, who's confronted by Josh Green. The colours working there against each other. Brown then heads to the city side. Long kick, and Ellis Yeoman, who's been pretty quiet. He's a big-bodied mid. Takes the mark and then bangs it long down the line. And that is a terrific grab taken by Fogarty. Just too strong for Hartley as the teenager. Too far out to score.
50.
Well, not too far out to score now.
Protected area.
Protected area again.
Michael Hurley wasn't watching the footy last night, or they've got Zaharakis on the replay here, but I thought it was Michael Hurley.
Which umpire paid it, Lloydie?
Yeah, number 18, Razor was involved, but on the replay, watching it live, I thought it was a 50-metre penalty. Look forward to seeing it again. What do you think, Shorey?
Yeah, I'm trying to pick up now. Did he come through? Well, yeah. You know what's happened? One player split. His opponent split to the boundary side, so he couldn't get to him. I hate that. But anyway.
So Darcy Fogarty, he kicked the Crows' first goal of the night, a goal with his first kick in league footy, and he's got a second from a 45-degree angle, 20 out, made the goal umpire work to his right, but got it home. 7-8-50 the Bombers, 9-9-63 the Crows. Robot Building Supplies scoreboard, and here's Nat Edwards on the boundary. Speaking of builders, boundary line for Master Builders.
David Mackay has just come back onto the ground. He came off with a corked left shin. He ran it off. He was in quite a bit of pain, but he seems to be okay now, back on the ground. And we're just keeping an eye on Carl Hartigan. Rolled his ankle a little bit there in that contest, but he's run it off and he's still out on the ground, so appears to be okay.
Matt Edwards downstairs, back in the middle. Good contest. 63-50 from the restart. Jenkins in the ruck against Bell Chambers. Ball knocked down to Sloan. Corpus still got a handball away, but it's to Zaharakis. Gave it back to Goddard. Back to Zaharakis. All the way back to half-back flank. D heads wide. Just the required 15 to Devon Smith, who takes the mark and floats one to McDonald. Tippin Woody. He's on the wing. Looks around. Pensive crowd at the moment. Halfway through this third term. He long bombs it. Hooker. Good grab. Too far out to score. Played on. Handballed into traffic. Turnover. Crouch picks it up. Gave it to Hampton. Gave it to Laird. He handballs to Brownell on the boundary for Adelaide, and he accidentally took it out. We'll get a ball in on the wing. 63 plays 50. 16 minutes gone at third, and with 30 seconds left in grand final 3, it's 196. Adelaide coming at Melbourne United as we speak.
And Rabada's first ball to Stephen Smith, the Australian captain, struck for 4. Australia 2 for 67. So much top quality sport on this weekend all around the globe. From the restart, Langford, little handball inboard to Goddard, who delivers it lace out. A low pass that never got above head height, and it hit Joe Danaher on the chest directly in front. Man on the mark stands at 40.
Well, they need Joe here to make sure they convert here. We know the issues he's had with his kicking. Brendan Goddard, I'll tell you what, there's been a lot of efficient players in the game for a long period of time, but this bloke kicks the ball as good as anyone I've seen.
What do you think of the technique, Lloydie? Head over the football.
He was much better last year, Beaver.
He crosses 50. Drop punt from 47. He's nailed it. 2 goals to Big Joe. And the Bombers are within 7 points. 8-8-56.
Runner.
To 9-9-63. Robot Building Supplies scoreboard 17 minutes into the third term. Here's Tony Shaw on 3AW Football.
Well, just beautiful ball work there. And again, I say the Goddard Heppel move out of the back half. I just love that. Yeah, really, across half back, you can nearly get a wrestle like you do on the bench at times if you don't have to man up a certain man. They're playing an 8-man for defence, Adelaide, so that means you can be a free man anyway. You don't work too hard, you just link up, and to leave him free, I think is a real issue. He looks like he has picked up someone now.
Adelaide, he wants to be free, but Adelaide are leaving Matty D free.
Yeah.
So the least dangerous defender.
So back in the middle from the restart. Little flick down was good. Stewart got it to Parrish. So the Bombers get the clearance. High inside 50. Danaher has taken a monster.
What a tough matchup this boy is, or young man now, because he's so good at ground level. The pack set, Hardigan and Hooker were under it, and Danaher just flew over the top. Oh, Talia,
you got to go.
Had to go. Didn't, stay down. And let's see, he'll get the crowd going berserk if he can kick 2 in a minute.
Jeremy Howe's probably thinking, go on, give that mark of the year.
He's used his full 30. He kicks from 50. He struck it across the face. It is only a behind. 8-9 to 9-9. 1 goal the difference as we tick into time on in this third term. Brought to you by the good people and Robot Building Supplies. Robot's got it for all your building supplies.
McKay with the kicking in duties again. In fact, kicks to himself, runs his full measure, and then pumps a drop punt about 60 metres down the line. No mark taken. Hard ball to be won at ground level, and the Bombers do win it. Heppel with a handball to Langford. Handball to Hurley was a bit fierce. Went back, got it again. Half through it to Parrish. Got it to Begley. Got it to McKenna. Pickpocketed by Douglas. Quick handball to Alice Yeoman. They're out the back here. It's going to bounce up nicely for Eddie. Open goal. There's the snap. Hits the post. Eddie hits the post. End-to-end stuff. Margin back out to 7.6.
He kicked it out in the full.
57. And with the momentum all Essendon's way, he has kicked it out of bounds on the full. Adam Sard. The adrenaline was coursing a little too much. And the villain's got it. Richard Douglas. So this could be the ultimate 7-point play.
Oh. He's very talented at these sort of things too, Richie Douglas.
What a star he has been over such a long career. Game number 221 tonight. Maybe in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. 7 points the margin before the Douglas kick. The snap across the left shoulder is magnificent. And Adam Sard grits his teeth and wonders why, oh why. Pancake parlour goal of the night.
Lovely.
Adelaide back out to a 13-point buffer, 10-10-70. Essendon 8-9-57 with Dickie Douglas's first goal. Robot Building Supplies scoreboard.
And rumour has it Matty Lloyd went to the pancake parlour this week.
I did. My wife, I said, what's for breakfast? And she said, I'm a big crook, I'm going to stay in bed. So I thought, I'll take the kids to the pancake parlour. So it was sensational. Sensational it was. Yeah, Father of the Year.
Egg and bacon pancake?
I actually did have some eggs on my pancake, which wasn't great. But the kids had the Alice in Wonderland, Shorey. They chocolate, sprinkles, the works. Beautiful. But this quarter, Adelaide, 6 goals won to Essendon, 3 goals won. So been the Crows quarter.
Sloan pushing the back, free kick middle of the ground. 21 gone, third term. Rory Sloan about to pump Adelaide forward.
We're only just over halfway through the quarter, still 9:39 remaining.
Heads long, top of the square, players fly, no one can mark. Off hands, the crumb's huge here. Ellis Yeoman about to pounce on it, left it behind. McGrath got there, gave the handball up, gets it back again, outside of the boot. Umpire's found something, and it's going to be an Essendon free kick in the back pocket. They dodge a bullet. 57-70. Adelaide lead, 22 gone.
Around the grounds, Dwayno, the NBL.
Melbourne United lead by 2 with 5 seconds left and possession.
Langford long kick down the line. So United about to go 2-1 up in the best of 5 series.
Casper Ware about to go to the free throw line. He'll drop both. They'll win by 4.
McDonald, Tip and Woody. Little handball to Zaharakis. Takes an early bounce. Runs his full measure. A beautifully weighted kick. And Stewart got him behind the defence. Jacobs was all at sea. He shouldn't have been the man for Stewart anyway.
He's in the ruck at the moment, Beaver.
He should have been the man for Stewart. He'll line up for goal from 45 on a slight angle.
No, I reckon you're right, Beaver. He shouldn't have been the man for Stewart because they didn't turn over or roll over quick enough, and that is a real issue. He just couldn't get back. You're right.
But,
So James Stewart, 2 goals in the first term.
Just Bell Chambers on the bench. We saw a nice little hit out from Stewart. So it's what you need. We see Richmond don't have a second ruckman. Well, Stewart's ideal for that after Bell Chambers.
13 points to deficit before the Stewart kick. Stuttering approach, a la Josh Kennedy. From 45, he's put it across the face. And a minor score. 8-10-58 Essendon. 10-10-70 Adelaide, 22 and a half minutes into the third. Often the last 5 seconds of a basketball game can take about 4 minutes. Dwayne, the latest.
Casper Ware at the free throw line. Melbourne 100, Adelaide 98. 4 seconds left. Casper Ware about to put the first one in the bucket. Long kick in, off hands, picked up by McKenna. Gave it to Zaharakis. Spears it to Hooker. And he drops it. He dropped it 30 metres out. It was a punt. It splashed all over his face. Wide ball, Crows on the mark. Josh Jenkins gets there on the wing just in time. Hurley got back and he got one too high. Hurley can take the free. Umpire said play on to advantage. Brown to Goddard. Back to Hurley. Bends it around the body, but he blasts it wide. And it's out of play on the full. They stuffed that up, the Bombers. 10-10-70. Plays 8-10-58. 23 minutes gone in this third term as Casper Ware drops the first. Melbourne United by 3. If he puts this in, it's all over. And it rims out. 3 seconds left. Melbourne lead by 3. Adelaide's ball.
As Adelaide, the football team, go forward through Kelly. Inside forward 50. No mark taken by Dickie Douglas. Butters up though. Slaps in the direction of Jenkins. Gets past Matty D. Handball to Fogarty. Made to handball. Then elected to on the second attempt to Hampton. Waited the pass out wide. And Jenkins runs onto the loose ball and takes the mark. Or squares. So it was Gibbs. He squared it up for Jenkins, who ran into Hampton. And this could be a massive turnover. Luke Brown's got it, but the Crows have given away a free kick. It's that man Douglas again. Josh Green's got it at centre half back. The Bombers need the next goal. They trail by 2 majors. Green out wide to Goddard in space. Defensive side of centre wing. Wants the cutback inboard around Greenwood. Left foot kick down the line was great. He found the skipper. Epples got it at 65. He kicks to a nest of Crows. It was a terrible kick. And the easy mark is taken by Duday in the last line.
Duday to Kelly. He goes wide with the handball to Laird. So they work the boundary line. Laird goes to Seedsman. He blasts it. Ellis Yeoman on the wing goes up. No mark. Front on contact. Not paid. Thought he could have got a free. Zaharakis crumbs it. His short pass off hands. Ricochets towards Stewart. He dives. They're over him. Stewart pulled it in, but he was on his knees. That's not over it. I think he's gone. He's gone. Holding the ball. Half back flank. Adelaide Crows ball. 25 minutes gone. Third term. Still 6 to go. And it's 70 plays 58. Adelaide Crows who lead.
Gibbs across ground to Duday. Handball to Kelly. Measures the pass, looking for Greenwood. Protected the ball drop. Goddard still got the spoil in. Ball alive in midfield. Big ball to be won. Parrish goes after it. Lays a tackle on Atkins. And he dropped the football. Umpire Pennell said play on. And then said give it to me. He'll throw it up. 70 out from the Adelaide goal. 10-10 plays 8-10. Still 5:46 remaining in the third quarter. Up it goes and down she comes. Jacobs wins the tap. Quick kick forward by the Bombers. But it's all Adelaide. Duday, who's been good on debut. That's not easy to say in a row. Handball to Luke Brown. They kick it down towards centre half forward. Ellis Yeoman, who's been better in this third quarter, marks in front of his eyes. Kicks in towards the right forward pocket. Jenkins!
Melbourne United win 101-98.
Lead 2-1, and Jenkins just too tall for Mitch Brown. Takes the mark in the right forward pocket, only a metre or 2 in from the boundary.
He's going to kick the left foot snap, but it's a real issue for Essendon. Paddy Ambrose, Mitch Brown, they're not big or strong enough as that tall defender. Hurley doesn't take the role as he runs around Beef.
Left foot snap for an 18-point lead and hits the top of the goalpost.
And there's a blue after the siren here in Adelaide, in Melbourne. Adelaide Shannon Shorter has just gone and confronted one of the Melbourne United players. They've already had Nathan Sobey ejected. No handshakes here. This is on. I tell you what, this is getting nasty. Ball half-back flank. Greenwood, I'll call the footy and the fight. Ball rolls out towards Gibbs. He gave it to Atkins for the Adelaide Crows. High bomb, inside 50. Up flies Douglas. Off hands. Greenwood crumbs it. Bends it around with the outside of the boot and kicks an absolute special. Essendon 8-10, 58 at the 27-minute mark of the third. Adelaide Estedia 11-11-77 on the Robot Building Supplies scoreboard.
I think that I've got that 7 goals to 3 for the quarter, so it's been a hell of a dominance, no doubt about it, and it's all coming from their midfield. Essendon needs to get a spark in there. They look a bit slower now, so I don't know whether you can throw Stringer in there for 5 minutes, but as Lloydie said, he's not a pure midfielder, so will he accumulate, or will just a burst of power get him a goal through the midfield itself?
And as you said, Shuri, 7-2 to 3-2 in this third quarter, which still has 4:34 to run. So it's been spine-tingling footy from the Crows. Not if you're an Essendon fan. Another big clearance to be won. Ellis Yeoman, who has been very good in this quarter, shovels it out to Matt Crouch. Got it to Gibbs. Pushed as he kicked it. Went out very wide. Laird's got it on centre wing City side. Kicks it over the head of Seedsman. Bounces towards the boundary line. Crashing through there was Hartley. And he kept the ball in front of him and it trickled out of bounds almost on centre wing. 11-11 to 8-10. Essendon led by 3 points at quarter time, 5 at the half, but trail by 19 with just over 4 minutes remaining in the third.
A hush. Jacobs, Belt Chambers, both had a piece of it. Ball knocked down. Ellis Yeoman couldn't break free with it. It hits the carpet. Players dive in left, right and centre. Somehow Crouch got it to Seedsman. Kicks it inside 50. Good mark. Taken by Hartley again. Out-muscled McGovern, which is hard to do. And he's held up back pocket for the Bombers. This floats it wide. Got a little under it. Hooker flies. Can't take the mark. Laird crumbed it. Gave it to Crouch. He's on the wing. Turns inside, then outside, then kicks it outside the boundary, which is out on the full. Free kick Bombers 11-11 plays 8-10. Crows lead.
It's where I want to see Essendon start running again. They've lost all their run in this third quarter. We know Tibbin Woody's been really quiet. Darcy Parish has been quiet this quarter. And you've got obviously Josh Green down on form as well.
No movement in front of the footy. Hooker goes long and strong off hands. Heppel missed the target with the handball. Jacobs grabs it. Still in heavy traffic. Goddard sweeps a handball inboard to Begley. Handball to McGrath. Back to Begley. Confronted by Hampton. Squeezed to kick the centre forward. Kelly fumbles. Gives Josh Green a chance. Adelaide defence under pressure. And the youngster there, Duday, was he caught high? He was. It was like the horse collar. And slung in the tackle by Danaher, who win himself a free kick. How have you rated his game?
This is his 7th touch for the quarter, Beaver.
Yeah, he's been very composed. Has Tom Duday, who is 21. It's his 3rd year on the list, former first-round draft pick, and he's just his first senior game. Went very wide to Seedsman, who's a long kick of the football, and this is no exception. And that is a terrific mark by, was it Jacobs?
Yeah, Jacobs.
Yeah, Jacobs takes an enormous pack mark with Bell Chambers for company just in 4 to centre wing.
He's lifted too, Jacobs.
Short pass to Crouch. He's about to blast it inside 50. In fact, he pulls his kick to Kirtley Hampton, who marks 51 out. Maybe just beyond his range. Eddie Betts wants the bomb to the goal square so he can fly. He's got the bomb to the goal square. In fact, he won't be able to. He does fly from 4 deep. Can't take the mark. Ball in the forward pocket. Goddard in the back pocket. Good little fumble to his own advantage, Goddard. Spins it around the body. Jacobs might mark it. He does. And he's about to send the Adelaide Crows back inside, attacking 50. He goes wider instead to Hardigan, who's 70 from goal. He heads long. Where's Eddie for the leap? Can't get up. Ball to the back. Thumped clear. Goddard gets the crumb. Douglas tried to tackle him. Stewart got his handball. Gave it up to McGrath. To Zaharakis. Ball flicked back wide to Stewart. Half-back flank. Chips it towards the wing. Danaher down there. Got a little climb. Used his hands. Got away with it. Laird the crumb. Gave it up to Gibbs. Crows about to go back inside 50 again. Eddie's lurking. Full forward. Eddie's up. Can't take the mark. Douglas, little fumble. Dropped it. D picks it up. Gives it to Parrish. Turns it over. Atkins. The rat. The rat through a drain pipe. Missed it. Nat Edwards downstairs.
Yeah, Kirtley Hampton's coming off for the Adelaide Crows. He's holding his groin area there. He looks in a lot of discomfort, sort of hobbling off right now. We'll keep you updated on that one.
Thanks, Nat. Adelaide by 20 points. Still 1:28 remaining. The Bombers need to try and pinch a late one here as Goddard kicks in, and in the left back pocket, it looks like Devon Smith. How have you rated his first game in red and black?
One a bit of the footy, Beaver, but again, just no run really in this third quarter when they've been crying out for it. So Bell Chambers wins the footy. Let's see what happens.
Receives the short pass from Heppel. Now there's going to be a 50-metre penalty before Bell Chambers handballed. There was a Crow who infringed in the protected area. Don't think that's going to catch on as a war cry like Ball has over all these years, but by gee, it's having a factor in these games.
Well, people won't yell encroachment.
Well, good luck with getting that one up and running. Bell Chambers kicks it out very wide. Hurley's got it. Cute kick around the corner, and he hits McDonald Tipungwuti on the chest. Now Sloane will stand the mark at about 35. McDonald Tipungwuti is going to kick from 4 or 5 metres inside the boundary, although his approach to goal will start from outside the field of play, and it's the non-preferred side for a right footer. 20 points is the margin before the McDonald Tipungwuti kick, and we're inside 30 seconds until the three-quarter time siren. Big kick, and it's a poor kick. Never gave it a chance. Out of bounds on the full to the narrow side, and Jake Kelly to take the resultant free kick. Adelaide, barring a monumental stuff-up, will take a 20-point lead into the final change.
Yeah, McDonald Tipungwuti had a few options there. He could have hit the top of the square. He could have gone for goal. And worst of all possible options. Led in the back pocket. You didn't think that travelled the required, Shuri?
Oh, no, I'm just saying he doesn't look like he's into it emotionally, Tipungwuti. You know, he needs to be up physically to get it really involved.
Yeah, reasonable call. D, as the seconds tick down to three-quarter time. Can't get it inside 50. Three-quarter time. Etihad Stadium, 45,000 plus. Great crowd, beautiful night. And the Robot Building Supply scoreboard. Robot's got it, by the way, for all your building supplies. Adelaide 11-12-78. Essendon 8-10-58. 3AW is football.
This is the 2018 Toyota AFL Premiership season. This quarter brought to you by Robot Building Supplies. Robot's got it for all your building supplies.